Talk.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
where are we?
I'm lost.
We're currently at the Adelaide airport waiting to go to,
Mexico.
yeah, he calls Melbourne, Mexico for some reason.
Yeah, we're going to Mexico. So we're going to go to a wedding and a birthday on Saturday. But tomorrow night we're going to Collingwood versus Carlton. But in the morning tomorrow, hopefully the weather is good. We're going up to the Shrine of Remembrance where we pay our respect to our fallen soldiers.
Yep.
Because I've always wanted to take Shay up there and whatnot. We are hearing there could be some rain around in the morning, but clearing up in the afternoon and so forth. But Melbourne's like 4 seasons in one day, so.
Of course it is, always has been.
And I am going to try and do some more dad joke false advertisement, see what I can find. Also, there will be a chance tomorrow night, before we go to the footy, where we're going to a kebab shop and we're going to find out what the difference between a doner kebab and a gyros. And apparently there is a difference in that, so we're going to have to find out. So what do you think is the difference?
I've got no idea and we'll find out tomorrow.
What do you think is the difference? The meat, the way it's cooked? How?
We'll find out tomorrow and talk more about it tomorrow. But just a quick start to all this.
Well, we've got about how long we got?
Not long.
We've got not long.
So
we're about to go.
When we come back, we will be in Melbourne.
Hopefully, in one piece.
Love this boy.
Hello. We're here.
We are in Melbourne. Just waiting for the bus to leave.
We're at the airport. We're on what they call a double decker.
Yep.
Most people in London don't know what a double decker is.
For those that may not be able to hear Jamie, we are on a double decker bus.
Up the top, at the front.
Up the top, of course. And yeah, have to be at the front so that we can watch everything as it goes.
I love it. When I was in England, there was no roof, and the top hit the branch of a tree going around the corner. That was back in '86. I was only 7 going into 8 at the time. Going around the corner, the front hit the.
Sorry.
Check this out. When we go down the highway, it's even great. Just see all this.
Okay. We worked it out before. It's been about 3.5 years since we were last here. Give or take a bit. That's what I said, 3.5 years, give or take a bit. Yeah, sort of. I think. No, I think marble's that way. I was right. Marble's actually this way, guys. Not that way. Not that way. Either.
Welcome to Southern Cross Station, located in the heart of Melbourne CBD.
Alright guys, it is now well and truly Friday morning. It's after midnight.
I've got the midnight snack. No, we didn't have,
we had an early dinner.
we had an early dinner back in Adelaide, but I've been a little bit peckish, so to speak. Peckish, you say? It's a pepperoni pizza.
Put it up against your face.
Pepperoni pizza. $5.50 for a slice of this size. $5.50.
That is really good value.
Let's give it a taste. What's that place down there called? I think that's right.
That's them, Rosie's. And they are
a
on...
massive shout out. So if you're ever in Melbourne...
And you're anywhere near Elizabeth Street,
yeah,
go to Rosie's pizza place.
and also I ended up buying Shay's
We also...
cream... Oh,
No,
not cream,
no.
jam
So we
donut.
also went to these guys. Haven't tried them yet. But they smell so good.
6 for 10.
6 for 10, not bad. Little squish, but who cares? Oh yeah.
Big pepperoni got a bit of a kick to it. I love it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, turn it around to you. Turn the video around to you. Give it to me. Oh, jeez. Oh.
Okay, got cut off before as he was handing it over, but Jamie is now having from Wilkie's Donuts.
Massive shout out to Walkers. They're just down the
Walkers?
corner. They're just down the corner here, Bella.
They're on the corner of Flinders Street and Elizabeth Street.
About 100 yards from where I am.
Yep, and they do 6 hot jam donuts for $10. He's got one in his hand. Now I want to see him try it, see what he thinks. Look at that jam, and I can't quite tell if it's a raspberry or a strawberry, but whatever it is good jam.
These are bloody good.
Oh yeah.
But you know what's missing?
The whipped cream?
Whipped cream. It's the only thing that's missing, whipped cream. But a cinnamon donut, almost,
Pretty much.
with jam filled.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're so soft too.
But they've got little bits of they've got little crispy bits. They've got little crispy bits. See, they've got little crispy bits there, which taste really good. Kind of reminds me of.
They're not hot.
They're still actually
They're not
cold.
the one that's been sitting on the shelf for a couple of hours. They've just been freshly made.
Oh yeah. But the crispy bit reminds me of when you have fish and chips and the batter gets really crispy on the fish.
No.
That little thing.
Yeah. I can't resist. That's my dessert.
We've still got more, but I think we'll now sign off. Hang on, we'll sign off and head up. So,
whoever these guys are,
that's the pizza place.
this is Rosie.
Rossie's.
Rosie?
So, Rossie's and Walker's Donuts. Shout out to you both because they were beautiful.
I just finished my pepperoni pizza. It's the best pepperoni pizza I ever had. Right? So if you're in Melbourne, down here at Elizabeth Street, go to Rosie's or Rossie's Pizza, which is just about 20 yards behind me down there. So on the corner there, just where the lights are, just on the other side of the light.
So see where this red light is? Literally right behind that is them.
Right down the end.
And then down the very end, which I won't turn around.
You can actually see the good clock tower down there.
Yeah. I gotta get a photo of that too.
Walker's
Donuts are the bomb. They are.
Massive shout out to them. Massive. You guys are the best. Tomorrow, we're going to the Shrine of Remembrance.
Yep.
To pay our respect to our fallen soldiers.
Yep.
Also, we are going to see the mighty Collingwood.
Yep.
Play Carlton at the MCG, which is the home of football. But I think the
we've got to find the place, but we're hoping to get a kebab.
Real kebab shop. I'm trying to find it. The Real Kebab Shop. I think it's on Lonsdale Street, which is the next block up. So stick around tomorrow after breakfast. After we have a bit of a bite to eat for the breakfast, and have a bit of a shower, a bit of a clean. We're actually going. I think we're going live up at the Shrine.
We probably will be for a bit. Yep. But we'll also show you guys through it as well. So for those that haven't caught the live, that's not an issue.
Yep. And then Saturday night, we got the wedding.
Yep.
But come along with the ride. Football tomorrow night starts at 7:50 from the MCG. We'll be there. Ready to looking forward to it?
Yep.
Alright, we'll catch you guys all tomorrow morning after breakfast.
Bye guys.
Okay guys, so this is the entrance to the Royal Arcade, and a quick photo of the original Royal Arcade. And then coming up next, we've also got the Block Arcade. Now these arcades, like most capitals in in Australia, have got these little arcades, and I love looking through them. You find some really cool stuff.
Doesn't it look like London Court over in Perth?
Yeah, and that's what I like. These old little courts or arcades, whatever you want to call them. You got Cat in the Hat from Dr. Seuss, and that was actually an entire store dedicated to Dr. Seuss. Then you've got this was in the Block Arcade. There's a couple of trumpeters up there, and coming up we've got a little dude which has got an explanation next to it from the Hague shop. Now I believe Hague's chocolate store was actually created here in South Australia, wasn't it? I'm not exactly sure, but again, it's really cool stuff to see.
Well, we're on our way towards the Shrine, but we're doing a little bit of a detour. Just before the Shrine, we come up to this memorial here for the Victorian Police Force, where they dedicate the fallen police officers that died in the line of duty. And there's a makeshift memorial there where they dedicate it. Here we are, we're about to walk up to the entrance of the Shrine. Now, 2 years ago, if you caught the live stream that we did on the day, 2 years ago there was a protest due to the lockdowns in Melbourne, where police were firing upon the protesters right at the front here of the Shrine. Now, this is a very sacred place, and I always wanted to take Shay to this place to pay our respect to our fallen soldiers that fought in every single battle overseas, from the Boer War right up until now. And we are going into this monumental place where we pay our utmost respect to the men and women that have served our great country of ours.
And
here.
I would like to add that we are only here, this particular video is only going to be pretty much World War One. because there was just way too much to see.
Yeah. You need a couple of days to look at it properly.
Yep, and it's beautiful. Okay, so try this again. These are photos that we took. This one's from Christmas Day. I think it was the Christmas dinner that they did somewhere. I can't exactly remember. And this again within the same thing. This was done by the children, and I think they were little medals that must have been sent over to fathers, brothers, people who were serving at the time. Now, I'm not exactly sure where this British flag came from, but I do know that there was a British flag that they took from Bathsheba, which I'll cover in a minute when I get to that. And then there was a whole bunch of stuff about not just the soldiers, but the nurses who went over as well, and everything that they did. Like, it was only a small little section, but it was really good to see that they had it all there. They covered them all, and it was the start of the Red Cross. And for those that don't know, Red Cross here, that there's multiple things, but they come out during disasters and help out as much as they can. This was the shot of the actual casing that they had for it, and it was just absolutely beautiful to see it all. And as we said before, there was just so much, and you couldn't see it all in one day. Now, this is interesting. So this was a patriotic yes demonstration. Now, I can't find much about it, but I believe it was to do with, I'm not sure if they were for us going to war or against us going to war at the time, but they had everybody come into the Melbourne Cricket Ground, or the MCG for the locals, and they called it the 100,000 meeting. And I mean, to know that they were basically, I guess, protesting something to do with the war, it kind of makes you stop and think, was this one of the first protests that we had in Australia, or had we had protests before that? It's something that's got me interested, and something I think I'll definitely look into.
Now, apparently this document is actually original. It's been kept in safekeeping at the Shrine. It's behind a glass cabinet. But this declaration here, or piece of paper, is actually original. It's over 100 years old. And you can see the stains on it. You can see it deteriorating in colour. But this is the actually original copy of the patriotic yes demonstration. And the date is the Melbourne Cricket Ground on the 10th of December. I think that's
1917.
1917.
Okay, so this was probably one of the flyers that was being handed out at the time.
Yeah.
And
we're already in war at the moment.
We were still going through it was the second to last year of the war, or towards the end of the war. But it's still brilliant that somebody actually thought to keep it. Yeah. It really does kind of make you emotional that they kept this stuff and probably didn't know why they kept it. Now, you can sort of see the patriotic pledge, and this is actually properly the patriotic pledge. And this was dated the 10th of July, 1915, I believe that was signed. And yeah, it's something that, oh, that's right. So they're talking about the sacrifice and service that the armed force, and I say armed forces because really we only had the Army and the Navy at that point.
So yeah, the 10th of December, 1915. That's when it was signed.
Yeah, not exactly sure who signed it because I'm not exactly sure.
I can't read that handwriting.
Yeah, we kind of can't read the handwriting.
So let's see if we can read it in order that I can't read that. It's very small.
Hang on, I have got another copy of it, so I'll see if I can bring it up.
I don't be reading glasses.
Hang on, I handed this to you. Sorry, we're using a mic. I'm handing it back and forth. Just bear with us. Because I've got a lot of photos. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So, okay. In order that I may be of the greatest service to my country and carry out the wishes of the Commander-in-Chief at this time of national peril, I promise, until the end of the war, to abstain from all intoxicants except where such are ordered by a doctor, and to encourage others to do the same. Okay, so this was a patriotic pledge to stop them drinking.
Because around World War I here in Australia, and not long after World War I, it was illegal. And they shut all the bars down for alcohol. And that's why we had a lot of underground bar or beer selling, because they actually banned alcohol here in Australia for a while.
Okay.
In 1932, I believe.
Something like that. I just want to quickly add before we get to it. Coming up is the actual boat that was used at Gallipoli.
The landing on Gallipoli of April 25th, 1915.
I do apologise for the camera in the way.
Now,
but
this is the actual boat. They replicated it's actually original, and they just modified it a bit.
They didn't modify it. They refurbished it, refurbished it.
Now, in this boat, it held 30 Australian soldiers in the boat.
Plus, I believe it was 8 rowers from the Navy.
Yeah. That is actually original boat that landed at Gallipoli in Turkey in 1915. Here we go.
Okay, so now we have got the Charter to the United Nations. Yes, there is a copy at the Shrine in Melbourne, which is cool. Okay. Sorry, Jamie's got a cough. Now this is cool. So you've probably seen movies where, take Captain America, for example, where he goes off and he entertains the troops. This is a photo from 2011 when John Farnham,
The Voice,
went to entertain the troops. Yep. I'm not exactly sure where he did it because they go all over the place. Sorry. Still got smog in my lungs from Melbourne. But coming up after, so he did this. Now, we have some friends here in Adelaide who are in a band called The Babes, and you'll see their photo in a minute or in a second, who got to participate in this entertaining of the troops.
I think they went to Iraq. Yeah, they went to Iraq.
Yeah. And this is them. And now, when you walk into the shrine to where all the information desk and that is, this is sitting right there. You can see this. Yeah. Now, these guys, we do know them, and I got to give them props for doing it.
Hi, Monty. Hi.
Sorry.
Who's your sister? Jamie?
Something like that. I can't think.
I know Joey Ryan is a singer, and also the other guitarist, I forgot his name, but we do know him. We do know him. They're the Babes. They're awesome. Monty had the world record of drumming for 24 hours non-stop because she was raising funds for her father for cancer, I think it was.
Something like that,
He came down sick, so he got the Guinness Book World Records for drumming non-stop for 24 hours here in Adelaide.
And that was entertaining. And then coming up is a little bit about the Babes.
The Babes. They've got a new album coming out too.
They do?
Yeah. They recorded some new music. So
I missed that one on Facebook.
Oh, you should see the drum setup. They've got like a motorcycle chopper thing, and it spins the wheel while the drum's being played at the same time. The harder and faster the drumming, the faster the wheel spin. So.
Okay, so I just want to let you guys know that coming up shortly, we're going to have a little bit of an instrumental bit because what's coming up was extremely powerful.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the shrine.
Up the top.
So any photos you see, you will see this. Just sit back and let the emotion hit you. And we'll catch you on the flip side of these two videos, where we will sign off. Okay, so now we're actually up the top. And trust me, that was
good.
good. It was
Emotional and very powerful. We will be back there shortly.
We will come back and we will do some more. But yeah, I was gonna say the stairs.
The stairs, yeah.
Oh man. But I said to myself, if they could go off and fight for our freedom, I can walk up a few flights of stairs to get to the top to see this view.
And to be wrapping it up very shortly, we didn't get to see everything there. We were there for 2.5 hours and we did not get to see everything. Therefore, we've got to go back for another trip and see the other things because that flag that you told me about.
Okay, so we ended up talking to a veteran and we were talking about the Light Horsemen.
Because my great uncle Eli served in the Light Horseman Brigade and the charge of Beersheba in 1917.
Something like that. So if you remember, I briefly mentioned the flag that I'm not sure if that was actually the flag that came from Beersheba or not, but when they got to Beersheba, they captured a flag. Now, the shrine has that flag.
I didn't get to see it. I wanted it, but
the guy was saying that they tend to put the stuff away. They're constantly rotating through different stuff, and this was something that they rotated through, and it obviously wasn't out at the time. But I think when we go back, we'll see if we can see it or ask. And
you actually could get a tour, a proper guide.
There is a guided tour as well. But I think we will look next time at World War II because we kind of brushed over World War II and then Vietnam and so forth and so forth.
And there's another massive memorial that we are planning to go to in our capital city. You know how over in America you got the Washington Mall? Well, we've got something similar here in Canberra. It was a Australian War Memorial where you have everything.
I've been, and in the day that we were there, we didn't get to see all of it.
No. I went in 1991 on a school excursion back then. And we didn't get to see it all back then. No, you're not right.
I think I was 2002, but people have said to see everything that's actually on display, and that's not all of it either. No. There is so much more they've got in storage. To see everything.
And they actually are connecting another section on it as we speak.
You need about a week to do the Australian War Memorial. Yeah. You need roughly 2 days, I reckon, to do the shrine.
And the other one I haven't been to yet is up in Darwin in 1942. They had a bombing. 10 weeks after Pearl Harbor got bombed, the Japanese bombed Australia. We have to go up to Darwin to see that memorial too. There is another war memorial put in.
Yeah, that again will be another video that we do.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us as we went through the shrine and the first day we were in Melbourne, really.
Yep, it was a Friday morning. And that night we went to the football. Yes, Collingwood did lose to Carlton. We didn't actually film anything of that game because we were just so empowered by the shrine. And and also we did have a lot of emotions in the morning. And this was just what really hit home for all of us.
He doesn't realise. I did have a little bit of footage, but I decided I wasn't going to put it in this video. And
you can probably put it in.
I'm not putting it in. If you stick with us, it will pop up at some point. Yeah. Bit of a plug on a video coming up at the end of the year with bits and pieces from stuff that we've done over the year. Not all of it, but
since February.
Bits and pieces that we've done.
I hope you enjoy it, and please, if you haven't already done so, please smash that like button, share it, and leave us a comment and whatnot. So, that was our trip to Melbourne 4 weeks ago, and I just got to say, I'm so glad that the weather remained perfect. Couldn't ask for better weather. Usually it rains in Melbourne in winter, but this day it was perfect.
Just before we do it, I've got to say this. So, every time we've gone to Melbourne in winter, if we have to go out somewhere to do something, it doesn't rain.
When we don't do anything in Melbourne, it comes down in buckets. So. Anyway.
All right, so thanks, and yeah, as Jamie said, don't forget to hit the like button and share, and even subscribe if you choose to. All right, we'll see you on the next video.
Whatever that shall be, because I am doing something in September. And
Yeah.
if you haven't seen that video, please hit that video too, so you can actually see what we're doing. We will have a personal testimony coming up too. So there's a lot of things coming. Smash the like button, share, leave us a comment, and also if you like, subscribe. Signing out.
Bye, guys.